Hello, all you neighbors out there. Welcome to Neighbors Don't Knock. Today, we're going to be jumping into some great topics and very informative topics. It is that time of year again, which means those pesky porch pirates are out there. And we're going to talk a little bit about what to avoid and maybe some tips on how to avoid some of these porch pirates. Also, we will talk about some of the worst cities that have theft going on in the United States right now during this holiday season, and ending with a nice little fun story for your Christmas enjoyment. Come with us on this journey.
Sure.
Welcome to Neighbors Don't Knock, the show that brings you hilarious, unapologetic conversations only these neighbors can have. Join them and guests in their weekly mission to expand the neighborhood. Now, here's your hosts, Brian Chambers and Philip Goffrey.
Hello, neighbors. Hello, Philip. How are you? Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there.
Well.
There you go.
Yeah,
there. You're getting there.
I'm getting there.
I'm getting there.
I'm feeling the groove. I'm all right, man. Cheers. It's been a long time.
It has,
since we had a whiskey on the show. Cheers.
That's right. And cheers to all you guys out there that are watching and or listening to the show, wherever you may be listening or watching. We thank you for joining these neighbors.
Yeah. It is the season, so bottoms up.
That's right. Cheers.
Up.
And if this is your first time, welcome to Neighbors Don't Knock, the show where neighbors such as ourselves get together to share the good, the bad, and the ridiculous of what's going on, hoping to make your day a little bit better, offering you some neighborly advice and to just talk about what is happening around our neighborhood.
All the happenings.
That's right. We are always looking to expand our neighborhood. So if you have not subscribed to Neighbors Don't Knock,
shame.
That's right. But don't worry, you can be a good neighbor right now by going down and hitting that subscribe button, along with that notification bell so you never miss an episode or find out when new content rolls around. So go ahead and do that right now. It really helps us out. We're excited.
It's true. And if you don't do it, Brian finds you and throws little pickles at you everywhere you go, shouting shame.
I sprinkle?
Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you.
Sprinkle it. Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about that time of year again. We just got through Cyber Monday. I have to put that in quotes. I don't know why, because
is it fake?
I don't know.
Do you think it's like made up? Like the programmer is just...
I don't know if it's fake or not. I can't really tell.
Well, what is most certainly fake is calling it Monday.
Well, that's true.
Because it's definitely Cyber Week.
Month,
now,
whatever.
Yeah.
But we had Black Friday. We had Cyber Monday, if you want to call it that. But Porch Pirates are back. That's right. We don't like to think about the negative things. And we're not about trying to think about all the negative things going on. We're just trying to be vigilant, and we want you neighbors out there to be vigilant. And Porch Pirates are a nuisance.
Right, being positively prepared.
That's right. Absolutely. I like that.
Yeah.
The peas.
The peas.
The Peter Piper picked a peck of peppers. The peas.
Today on Plosives.
Plosives. That's
Plosives
right.
don't knock.
So I don't know, Philip, have you ever had any issues with Porch Pirates?
I have not personally ever had anything taken from my porch, knock on wood. I do, however, have many, many friends and colleagues who have. So I've been sort of around it by 1 degree of separation.
Yeah, it's getting to the last couple years. We've talked about this on the show before. It is getting worse and worse because now that people are wise to the fact that there are porch pirates out there, I feel, when you block a stream of water is rolling down, you put a boulder in front of it, it's going to find another way around it, right? So I feel...
I like that. That was a very, very Zen analogy. It was a very, very Eastern wisdom of you.
Well, thank you.
River, always find a way around boulder.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
Oh.
I try.
Wow.
I try.
There's that Woodford Reserve talking.
There it is.
I dig it.
But I say that with the fact is, for you neighbors out there, if you've had issues with Porch Pirates, don't think that you've won this battle. It's kind of an ongoing war.
Wow. That's a double whammy. If you've had your thing stolen, don't think that you're ahead of the game. You're more behind than you can imagine. It's a weird deal. Have you seen these products now that are out for like front porch safes, basically, that you digitally open with an app that delivery people can get a code to get access to?
Well, yeah,
Like Anchor makes one. Eufy's company Anchor.
I've seen
Or
I've seen a couple of
Eufy
them.
makes one. Anchor's company Eufy. One of the two. I don't know. Whoever owns the other one.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. I also know that there's a lot more of. They have like safe. Amazon has like safety deposit boxes or something like that.
Yeah,
or
you can
like delivery boxes where you can go over somewhere.
Yeah, and you can give them access to your garage. They have that thing where you can do that.
I don't know if I don't know if I'd go that far for me. Of course, I don't have a garage, but I still think in my apartment complex, I still see people get things delivered and just sitting in front of their door. I still see it, which also baffles me a little bit because people, they're out there. They're there.
I mean, if you follow the delivery trucks, the dude on the
Krampus
bicycle,
is around, man.
Yeah, the dude on the bicycle behind the FedEx truck. He's not like getting his reps in or his rotations in, whatever it is. He's literally casing a delivery truck.
Well, you know what? It's so funny that you say that because there have been a lot more this year because people have taken more precaution of having their things delivered, or like you said, safety deposit boxes. They have had people casing and trying to hit UPS and FedEx trucks and Amazon vans.
Like directly?
Like directly.
Ooh, gutsy.
So like
Yeah.
it's like they said, people are getting bolder,
Is that
and they're hitting up like in mass, like coordinated attacks. That's why I say the war is on, man. I mean, and you got to feel bad. These companies, I hopefully have insurance and are taking safety precautions with their employees that are driving these vans.
So is that basically the 21st century version of like robbing the train?
Pretty
like
much
on horseback, catching up to the train, jumping on, boarding it, pulling things off. It's pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah,
You're casing the UPS truck and then jumping on.
It is. It's very much a Wild West
Yeah,
like
you're
train
robbing the real
robbery. I agree. It's not
pretty cool.
It's not a Robin
In a
Hood
not cool way.
type of thing because they're not giving things to the poor. It's not like they're robbing UPS and being like, I'm going to take these to the orphanage and give these to all the kids.
I always found the Robin Hood story really interesting growing up at a conservative family because we'd be watching like, oh, that's a nice story, and it's like that's socialism. Yeah, it's like a very like Robin Hoods are red. I don't know what to tell you.
But there's a lot of ways that you can be careful on your own home. But if you are a driver out there, I really hope that you guys are being safe this holiday season, and be vigilant yourself because they are following you. There are people that in just regular cars will follow the delivery trucks, and if they don't hit the truck or van itself, they'll wait till you deliver or the truck drops it off, and then they hit it instantly.
Right, they go like Pink Panther.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
And again, that's why people are like, oh, well, I'm home and I have cameras. They don't care.
No, they really don't.
People don't care. That like you could have 50 cameras with close-ups.
Yeah.
You could have them a face scan, and they could say their name, and and they would still like be like,
Yeah.
and see it. They'd wave and smile.
In my neighborhood, when the whole Porch Pirate thing really sort of exploded and became big headline news, all of my neighbors were posting up, shots from their cameras. They're packed. Literally, the Porch Pirates would look at the camera, dead on, smile, wave, sometimes urinate, and then the occasional middle finger, and then away they go. Right, and there's nothing you can do if you speak to the police about it. The police will tell you like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the footage," but
yeah, exactly. It's
nothing we can
like
really do
why?
with this.
I mean, and maybe that's an episode in itself that we'll have to hit on why bother buying security cameras.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend whose family owns a series of banks locally in Texas, and they were robbed one day at gunpoint. And the dude who came in and robbed the counter, no mask, no worries about the cameras. They said it happens all the time.
These are bold thieves now.
Brazen people. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether to be impressed or horrified.
Yeah. And there's no song that comes along with them. It's like,
Yeah.
gotta keep one jump. There's nothing, right?
Riff rat, street rat.
I'm telling you, it's a bummer. It's a
So-
bummer. I think they should all have some kind of like a Disney song.
It would make it a little bit more
Stop
enjoyable.
thief,
But,
Vandal. Yeah. it'd be great.
but I would be okay. That would be horrible for me because if someone was doing that to me, I'd probably just start singing along. I'd be like, join the chorus.
It's Jets from Amazon, guys. Yeah.
I found this article, the telegraph.com. Joe Crawford wrote this not too long ago, and it's titled Holiday Crime Surge, Shoplifting and Identity Theft on the Rise. So again, it's not just the Porch Pirates that are in the packages that they're taking. They're also identity theft is also an issue around this time of year.
Yeah, and that's a big deal because you do have a lot of deliveries that contain a lot of personal information. Not only are they giving you your name, sometimes your maiden name, your address, but you're going to have your phone number on these packages, email addresses on the receipt. There's a lot of info.
Yeah, so I mean, that also, it's not just the products themselves. You need to be careful about what you're throwing away, too, because people will go through and they will rummage through trash and find things. And
This might shock you, but I am a completely passionate shredder.
are you?
Oh, yeah. Like nothing with my name and address does not get shredded.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Well, let me just tell you this. The article says, crime usually rises a bit during the holidays. According to the National Crime Victimization Survey, robbery and larceny have risen by 20% during this time.
And we're not talking about getting rizzed. We're talking about...
Yeah. Yeah.
These thieves ain't riz.
Yeah. And that's...
Robbery has risen.
And then, yeah, it has risen. And that's not factoring in inflation yet. So that's 20% not factoring in inflation. Reportedly, the most popular crimes during the Christmas season include shoplifting, robbery, identity theft, drunk driving, and domestic violence. And he even says, I was even a victim of identity theft once. I knew something was wrong when I just wasn't feeling myself.
Was like
I don't know why,
his
but
spidey sense.
yeah, I guess
I
he
think
knew.
someone is taking out a store card in my name right now. Tingle, tingle, tingle. Yeah. How does that work?
I'm not quite sure, Joe, on that one. But he also goes on to say, the Friday after Thanksgiving usually marks the first day of the annual Christmas shoplifting season. Five-finger discounts abound, and social media has made this easier on crooks. They simply text each other where to meet, overwhelm the store's security like a swarm of locusts, picking the store shelves dry, and then depart just as quickly, rushing home with their treasures.
Wow, like a swarm of locusts. Joe.
I mean...
Joe with the analogies. This is good.
I mean, you have to... Again, it's hard. You almost want to applaud all the effort.
Yeah, it was a simile as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, but again, the thieves, again, applaud their effort. Maybe. I mean, it's horrifying that they can coordinate so well. And also, if you're going to put that much effort into stealing packages and shoplifting and things like that, why couldn't you put that effort into something else more constructive? You know, that's kind of also a sad reality of it. I mean, what they're starting to do is very problem-solving type of things. So we're not condoning anything out there, neighbors. We're telling you to be vigilant. But again, if you're one of those porch pirates or people that is shoplifting, put your evil efforts to a more positive outcome. I don't know how to put that. Use your evil for good.
Yeah, so basically Brian pictures all the porch pirates as like Leonardo DiCaprio from Catch Me If You Can, right? It's like once you can come to our side and help us catch thieves like you.
I was actually picturing like
they're all just
Pirates of the
geniuses.
Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. And then
he
just
remains a pirate, doesn't he?
He does, but he goes back from good to bad.
Well, you know.
Yeah. So, but it's only the problem with pirates is it's only what's in it for them.
Yeah, it's just little snack guys.
Yeah, there you go. So it's a very interesting kind of take on it, but it's got some truth nuggets in there. Now there are certain cities that are more prone to package theft than others.
Ooh, where are we on the list?
And Houston does not make the top 10.
Yes, H-Town.
So these are the top 10 worst metros for package theft in 2023, according to Safewise.com. Number 1, Seattle.
Shocked.
Number 2, Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, interesting.
Number 3, San Diego. Number 4 is Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. Sorry, Brigham. I was like,
Bring them in the packages.
bring the packages.
Yeah.
Birmingham, Alabama. Number 5 is Denver. And it says Denver, Aurora, Lakewood, Colorado. So I guess that's a suburb of Denver.
Greater Denver area.
Yeah. Number 6, Richmond, Virginia. Number 7, Austin, Round Rock, and Georgetown.
Oh, Texas. Come on, buddy. Let's get off
so
that top
little,
10 list.
So that
Let's
little
go.
Austin area and Round Rock and Georgetown, that's all made it on there. They just lumped it into one. Number 8 is Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, Anderson, South Carolina, that little area. And then number 9, Grand Rapids and Kentwood, Michigan. So in the Michigan area. And number 10 is Portland, Vancouver, Hillsboro, Oregon, Washington area.
Wow, Portland
So-
on the list.
So yeah,
The dream of the 90s, guys. Come on, what's going on, Portland?
yeah, so those are the top 10 worst metros for package theft in 2023. Not saying that there aren't other areas that are bad. So you just got to be out there and paying attention to that.
Have you ever had anything stolen?
I have not. Again, I'm in an apartment complex, and so they take it to the office. But when they used to drop things off in front, I used to hate that, and now they don't do that anymore. So, but I
Specifically
still
because of this problem, they need like a
I don't know if it's
central
because of
location where
this
they can-
problem, but I think the policy that they have has changed. But you can also opt in your delivery to say, I'd like it just dropped off at my door, and I don't trust that at all.
You know, so I want to throw something out there. I did look this up once upon a time because I got curious. At least in the great state of Texas, I cannot speak for the other 49 states, it is illegal to booby trap your property. So if you're thinking about taking the law into your own
Yeah.
hands and taking care of the Porch Pirates,
Yeah,
heads up, you're going to wind up with handcuffs on if somebody gets hurt if you leave little
yeah. I know
little traps.
I
No
do
Goonies
know-
allowed. No Goonies methods allowed. Here.
That's right. Booby
Yeah.
traps. Booby traps.
Booby traps.
Yeah, and I know that everyone during the holiday season just is dying to set a booby trap for a porch pirate just so they can say,
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Oh, yeah.
just to say it. And if that is your goal, it's hard for me to knock on that goal. But we are just as neighbors warning you not to do that, as you could find yourself in a legal situation that you do not want to.
No, if you do it, I'll be at the courthouse holding the sign like,
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
free my boy, free my boy. You know, but yeah, the police and
We'll
the-
decide what
the
musical
DA
number.
Yeah, the DA is probably not going to be very happy. I'll definitely have like Disney music numbers playing
Well,
for sure.
We can do a little Chicago number. Is like he had it coming. He had it coming. Little cell block tango there.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What are some things that, Philip, that our neighbors can do to help prevent porch pirates or they're being more vigilant?
Well, I think the number one thing is, like you said, the river's going to find its way around the boulder. So the best thing to do is to eliminate the temptation entirely. And I think that obviously there's these services out there like Amazon where you can give them your garage code, things like that. If you're comfortable with that, more power to you. I am not comfortable with that. The first thing that I would do, if you have a place of employment that's in an office building in a secure location, check with your employer and see if they would be okay with you having your deliveries sent to the office or to the store, the warehouse, wherever you happen to be working. I used to do that when I worked in an office every day. I'd have my package delivered there just to avoid that problem.
Or a friend's place that is a little bit more secure, that they're going to be home or something. If, like, say, if you're out of town.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's always a good thing.
Absolutely. I also think, neighbors don't knock. Be a good neighbor. My neighbors are constantly looking out for me at the house. If we have a package delivered, I get a text right away from somebody that's home and saw it. Hey, package at your front gate. Helps me out. I know it's there. I do the same for them. So highly recommend you do the same for your neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, those are just two things very simple things that you can do.
How about you? Do you have one? Is it a blowtorch on a string?
No, I have the pellet gun. I got the little BB gun. I just threw the dog door.
There you go.
The little jerk is armed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me.
He's got a star now. I mean, come on.
He does have a star.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
little shout out to Macaulay Culkin, man.
Big deal.
That is a big deal.
It's about time.
Yeah. Those are probably my biggest things. Just be, you can set timers for lights to go on and off, or, motion sensors in case it's at night, in case someone walks up, especially, if you're not home, just to deter people anyway.
Yeah. Can I grab
Little things.
Can I grab about that for a second? So
Yeah.
I'm all about that. I'm all about the motion activated lights. But if you're going to purchase and install those, again, we're all about being good neighbors on the show. Do make choices that are acceptable for your neighbors if they're in close proximity
like
of that
floodlights.
light.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with the,
Yeah.
they're trying to get it on the bedroom and the light. Yeah, it can be really jarring. So just be aware of your surroundings. Be a good neighbor. We all want you to be safe. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. That's a great scene in that movie.
Yeah.
Love it. And those are just, again, tip of the iceberg. But if you guys have some tips, comment below and let us know, what would you do to warn your neighbors, or what would you do to keep your products safe this holiday season? Let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you have any wisdom or stories that you'd like to share, email us at admin@neighborsdon'tknock.com. And again, leave a comment below.
Yeah, in particular, I'd like to know if any of you watching the show or listening to the podcast have any of those high-tech devices, such as that Anchor Eufy deposit box, where you can have, an app that opens it and kind of bolted to your front gate. I'm very curious.
Yeah, absolutely. Neighbors Don't Knock is produced by C&G Communications. C&G specializes in small batch voiceover and video production for commercial media, podcasting, radio, and more.
Combining years of experience in podcasting, acting, and sales, C&G offers big media products at small business prices.
That's right. To learn more, visit their Facebook page or email them directly at admin@cngcommunications.com. Now, I know we talked about the top 10 cities, but it is probably and most likely and yes, definitely happening in the city that you live in, if you live in any type of city. Unless, I'd be willing to bet, even if you're in the country, it's probably happening. You may not even know it. But this is a story that we found just for our Houston neighbors that was right here in our own backyard just recently. Let's take a look.
We begin tonight with how some people are getting ready for what we're calling Porch Pirate Week. This is days after Cyber Monday. All of those deals are delivered and package thieves try to cash in. Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf live in the studio tonight with this very annoying problem. Matthew.
A very annoying problem.
Yeah, it's even got a name, Porch Pirate Week. I like this.
I know it's about to take over Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
It's about to get real.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Let's keep going.
Rashi, this is the worst, and it's happening a ton. Several viewers send me videos just like this from the last week or so, and tonight a warning for people to be alert. Package thieves on the prowl in Houston. At night, during the day, even by bike.
I mean, that's ballsy, man. By bike, just rolling up there, just like ching ching, like a little bike messenger. It's like, thank you, and then just
I've actually seen that and reported it before. Guys that are actually trolling the trucks on bikes and just grabbing packages.
Well,
and bikes,
because you think that they're just like biking around the neighborhood, and they think they're blending in.
But look, Houston's not even on the top 10 list in the nation, and yet here we are, all these different examples on video right here that's happening throughout our cities. So
this is not one or two. This is a lot.
Yeah, it might not be top 10, but obviously it's a pretty
it's a big
widespread issue.
These videos from the last week or so, prime time for Porch Pirates.
We're so bold. Just came right up, didn't look around.
The Kyle family had been out of town. They had to have known they were on camera.
You would think, and we have cameras on both driveways too.
And it didn't matter.
We told them, no, didn't matter.
Seem to.
A man pulled up to their North Montrose home with a bike, grabbed their package worth about $120, and walked off.
So you can see this is an ongoing problem. It's not going to go away. For a different day, we can get into crime in the city because it's definitely a hot topic. And, maybe we should get a panel on that one here. That would be a really great episode.
I like it. We should bring in an officer.
Yeah. I'd love to hear a little bit more and dive into depth about that because it is a serious issue. And, no one likes their stuff taken. I mean, granted, it feels a little easier to let go of something that you don't actually get. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't quite make it to you, so it's just more of a nuisance versus something that's physically taken from you.
Right, or breaking and entering.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it's still a problem nonetheless.
That people would take things that they know don't belong to them.
In the last year, an estimated 119 million packages were stolen by thieves in the U.S., a loot worth about $6 billion, most of the packages delivered by Amazon.
Okay, that is a staggering number.
Yeah.
That's eye-opening. Wow, I would have guessed a much, much lower number than that.
Yeah, and you know what it's going to end up causing? All of us that love that return policy for Amazon is going to go away. I mean, they're just, with people shipping things back and, or whatever, their model is going to have to shift a little bit because it's going to hit them a lot harder if their stuff is getting stolen. I mean, imagine the insurance on all this stuff.
Yeah.
Something's is gonna have to alter or change.
This time of the year,
Houston police posting this video to Nextdoor warning people of the holiday crime.
packages get to piling up on your porch.
Monday morning, HPD arrested this man seen on surveillance video stealing freshly delivered packages.
Yeah, so we say the law enforcement is aware of this in the Houston area, and hopefully in your area as well, and which is good to know. They're posting things, but you've got to be a good neighbor and you've got to be vigilant about this.
Yeah, I agree, but I do like it that the officers, the at least HPD is kind of trying to use tech and trying to use social media to get people to be aware. That's very cool. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, so you can see this is just a what's happening here in our backyard. But like we said, make sure that you guys are taking those steps. And like we highlighted earlier and talked about, there are some just basic small things that you guys can do. Make sure you really evaluate those. Give yourself a holiday game plan. Not just for shopping out, because you don't want to get robbed while you're out. Make sure you're aware of who's following you, where you're parking, when you're driving home, because they'll wait for you to open your garage and things like that. So this holiday season, as much as we love, and I love the Christmas season, it's just one of those things you just have to make sure you are paying attention to.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Or bags of exploding poop. Bags of exploding poop are always...
It's the flaming poop again. Don't leave any flaming poop on the ground. But, Philip, we have, talked a little bit, and I know it kind of feels like a downer with talking about Porch Pirates and things like that. So I figured I would share a fun holiday story. I found this on lovetoknow.com. It was a series of Christmas stories, which maybe some of you out there can relate to. We all have things that stress us out and that happen over the holiday that we look back at and just laugh in hilarity. Do you have any moments that come to mind?
Yeah, usually when I pay my credit card bill.
Oh, well, that just hurts.
I just cry laughing.
You cry laughing. Okay. Well, there you go. And if you'd like to donate to Philip's cause, you can hit our Patreon up and give a little neighborly tip so we can help Philip not cry so much.
No, I do have one. Actually. So when I was growing up, when I was in my teens, my Uncle Pat used to give us all music every year for Christmas. And it was very cool. They're a very musical family. And I love you, Pat. Shout out to you. But Pat wanted to hear the music too, so he would give us CDs. He would open them first, and he would tape them, and then he would give them out as gifts. Yeah, that makes me crack up every time. There's nothing wrong with it. It makes perfect sense, but it's really funny.
They could have let you open it up and play it at least once, and then borrow it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's great here, and
I dig it. I always pictured him just all high fidelity, in his basement, making mixtapes.
Either just give you the box or just the little slip of the CD or something, or the record, just the cover, and be like, you'll get the rest of it.
I owe you.
Yeah. $250,000 for the Lambo. You're gonna want to hang on to that one.
I dig it, man. The pre-Napster days. Thank you, Uncle Pat.
Exactly.
I appreciate it, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Okay, so this is called The Ugly Christmas Tree, and we got this on lovetoknow.com. And the story goes, the cat had an obsession with the sparkling, twinkling Christmas tree. The entire holiday season, it was an endless job to keep the cat from climbing the tree and the family from climbing the wall. Thankfully, it was Christmas Eve, and the tree would be coming down soon. However, it was then that the oversized barn cat decided it was time to wage war. Unfortunately, the tree stand wasn't up to the added weight of the pudgy, treat-happy tomcat. With one single leap, like a reindeer landing on a roof, the cat launched into the tree, and it came crashing to the ground with a thunderous boom. Upon hearing the resounding crash, the entire family sprang from their bed. The living room looked like a Christmas wasteland, with ornaments rolling around the couch and the tree crushing presents. The cat slunk away under the radar to pick needles out of its fur. Bobby, the youngest, looked up at his mother in wonder. With And with the keen eye of a kid, he said, "Dad was right, Mom. Santa thought your Christmas tree was ugly too." So
That's good. That's good.
So there is a little ugly Christmas tree story treat for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
I like that kid already.
And I'm sure we all have family members and or nephews, nieces, grandchildren, or somebody that's going to open their mouth and say the darndest things.
Hey, you got to call it like it is.
You know, and if you know or have a saying that a family member, niece, nephew, grandchild, friend, or someone that says that you would call the darndest thing this holiday season, comment below and let us know. I'd love to read a couple of those on one of our episodes. Well, I think we have come to the end of this episode. You know, we've talked about Porch Pirates. Make sure you're vigilant with that. What about you, Philip?
I think so too, man. I'm going to stay safe. I'm rethinking how I'm having things delivered this holiday season. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, well, great. Well, if you guys want to leave a comment or a message, you can email us at admin@neighborsdon'tknock.com. Go to our Patreon and leave us a little tip. Be neighborly and help us bring more content to you. Also, by hitting that subscribe and notification bell wherever you watch the podcast or listen, we would really appreciate your help. Well, we'll catch you next week. New episodes every Friday. Peace.
Out.